It's the Kunai guys. It's the Kunai guys.
Okay, so I'm in this super boring meeting about something, I don't know, wasn't paying attention. Then, boom! It was like an ugly contest where everyone was a winner. This one dude was all, raw, so I shot him, and then I shot this other one, shot a couple extra guys just to be safe. I did a lot of shooting, if I'm being totally honest. Then, they destroyed my favorite store. Second favorite. There's that spicy ramen shop. I'm getting sidetracked. Look, long story short, I get busy. And I'm thinking, I've got this. You know? When you're in that, you go, I got this. But man, I so did not have it. Guess you have to be there. Well, better get back to it.
Hey, any day now.
This guy has one drink. Coming.
Times may be dark, but we are Earth's greatest hope. Look around you. A gathering of noble guardians new and old.
Okay, listen up. You're a bunch of dirty misfits, but you're all that's left, so you'll have to do.
Our home was attacked. I was there and fought against the endless onslaught.
They kept coming, so I kept firing. Not gonna lie, I was magnificent.
Despite the sacrifice of many brave guardians, we lost everything. The tower, the city, our home.
So, everything is gone. Your stuff, my stuff, most importantly, my stuff.
Today we know our enemy. His name is
Gary! Or Gil. Glenn? Is it? I don't know. It's something with a G!
Gaul. I know you look to me in times of peril, but this is not my battle alone.
Which means if I don't see you out there, I'll kill you myself.
It is time to avenge this injustice, for that is the duty of all guardians.
Worst case scenario, you die. But who knows? Maybe you won't.
So I ask you, who will stand with me?
Yeah! Really, guys?
That was inspiring.
Also, there will be a ton of loot! Yeah, right? That's what I thought. Cora, if you tell me this is a practical joke, well, it kills me to say it, but I would be really impressed.
Impressing you, Cade, is the easiest thing I'll do all day.
Ikora, what have you got?
Someone or something has sabotaged the Skyline defense systems.
Every sensor beyond the wall has gone dark.
Battle stations! Everyone with me, now!
Hang on!
Your journey ends here.
This enemy has taken our home. And now, they threaten our very existence. But if we attack together, we can take back our home, or we die trying.
All right, Guardian, time to kick him where it hurts.
Am I right or am I right?
Pre-order and get beta early access.
Hey, what's up everyone? This is Chris from the Kunai guys, and this is going to be my Destiny 2 info video. I originally was going to put it out last week, but then the live stream happened, and we got all of this new information about Destiny 2. So I'm going to be going over most of the new powers. I'm going to be going over the new maps, most of the new story modes. I'm going to leave out the Homecoming mission, and I'm going to leave out the Crucible, because those are really exciting things, and I don't want to spoil those. But those videos are all over YouTube, so you can find those anywhere you want. So let's start off with the actual campaign. So as you've seen in the trailers, they actually show the trailers in reverse order. So the last call with Cade at the bar happened after the initial attack that you see in the final trailer. The final trailer happens, I guess, the earliest in time, with the second trailer being the after effect after the attack has already happened and everyone has evacuated the tower and people are trying to come together now. So it's kind of interesting that they kind of put this in order, and then you play the Homecoming mission, which you can actually watch. I'm going to put a link to it up in the top here so you can watch that on the actual live stream. But you play through trying to save your home. And the story just turns out where you, in a lot of games, where you, the first mission you play, you ultimately fail. No matter what you do, no matter how good you are, you're meant to run into a blockade that's going to stop you and eventually overcome you. And we lose the tower and we lose all of our stuff. And I really like what they've done with the advertising and using Cade and all the characters to kind of push the story and the characters forward. I really appreciate that about Destiny, that it's such a personal community for people. And now we can have that in the game as well. And I'm gonna talk about that too, because there's also a lot of clan support. Alright, let's take a look at the shot of the new map. Very much in the familiar style we've come to know and love, but with more detail, and now with the ability to launch activities from no matter where you are. The immersion factor was crazy. You can also see countdowns until public events, which was something that was developed outside of Bungie as a way to assist Guardians, since certain quests required you to do multiple public events, and they can show it randomly, and unless you're with some cool guys in a strike, you might have to solo it or wait until your clan can help you out. The updated HUD or HUD or heads up display shows a little more than before. And in Crucible, you have a more front-heavy look at the match without having to whip out your Goldsmith Stormcaller to see more of what's going on. I also have to say I love the sounds they decided to go with for the weapons and the fire and how you move around. They sound heavy and clunky and feel closer to a war game than a sci-fi shooter. Since I'm not really fond of war games, this is a nice hardcore experience wrapped in hopefully tons of lore and discovery. Now that we've seen more info about the new social space, The Farm, I'll link to IGN's first look up here. We can see NPCs now have more to do than recycle voice files and stare at you, which can get pretty creepy sometimes. They can offer side quests and also be discovered in the map as you explore, very much like how Borderlands, which is another game series I personally enjoy. So you and Ralph the Chicken can really feel like the world is first being touched by you as you explore these new maps. Side quests will also have mini-bosses, something introduced in the DLCs that people really seem to enjoy because you really needed something to challenge you without a raid eating up a day of your life just to feel accomplished. There are of course going to be small activities to do that add nothing to anything, but I love things like that. It adds character to the game in my eyes. This time around though, some can add to your base ability, so it's nice to see some purpose being pumped into the creases of the game. This reminds me of a potential room for growth with the player where if they wanted to have these stats shared across characters. This would pull away from the immersion, but oh wait, you wouldn't want the same stats for a Warlock and a Hunter, so never mind. There's also some changes to the PvP system and a new Crucible mode, Countdown. Personally, it sounds like a new try at salvage, and I wasn't too fond of that. But it'll be available in the beta coming out on the 18th, which I will be streaming next week, so look out for that. Aside from it being now 4v4 and ammo spawn easier and faster, I won't go too deep. There's a ton of videos about it out right now, and seeing the mode and Crucible in general in action just gets me excited to play it, so look out for the stream coming next week. But I do want to take a second to talk about some of the backlash I've read about the game on the videos. People saying the game is basically the same thing and they should have totally revamped everything and it was a lazy sequel. I want to say to those people that if you haven't seen the newest information about how much story they have said they've put into the game and given Bungie's track record with their previous game series, BT dubs, I totally swore that there was only ever one soldier in those games, and that was Master Chief. And as far as I can remember, those games didn't drastically change, but built on the story of what was going on. Heck, even the idea of similar but customizable armor carried over and was upgraded in Destiny 1. As the lover of lore and storytelling in gaming, and the lack of story being a major gripe with Year 1 fans, Bungie has totally heard and responded to what we said. Basically, games with the story aren't going to just up and strip the universe away that they've taken so much time to build. So if that's what you're expecting, then I think you're not going to be getting what you want in the future. And scene. So enough about me and my ones. Let's talk about the new planets, well, areas, since one of them is on Earth. Firstly is the EDZ, European Dead Zone. Not to be confused with the other Dead Zone from Dragon Ball Z, because that is not a place you'd want to go. This area is visible from the farm social space, very much like how you can see the breach in the wall from the Rise of Iron storyline when at the tower. It's the largest area in the game, and maybe in both games. I'm sure it's going to be where you first stretch your new lightless legs and relearn how to shoot stuff and find a super hard, unkillable high creature due to a glitch. But the story itself is reclaiming your purpose, and EDZ will be a good place to start. Honing your soccer skills because our days as undead soldiers are numbered. I won't dive into the details of why you visit these places and make this video an hour long. Unless you like that sort of thing, then comment below if I should get ultra detail. Back to the new areas, we have Titan, which is essentially a very not okay place to live if you like long walks through Taken-infested meadows. Being basically a water world and a moon and Saturn, you basically live, die, and respawn on a series of structures and ships built around the world. We don't know if these can be considered continents or if there are others around the planet, but it looks like a gritty place that has some early story missions, and I bet my stardust that there's a Crucible map based on this location. Next is Nessus. Like Nexus, but not. Very much like how the planet is Vex, but not. It's a planet with vegetation on it that has been overrun by the Vex. And as any Guardians know, a Vex running is a very scary thing when you have to reload. When I saw this revealed, I instantly thought, well, they finally got a jungle level in this franchise, because all great game franchises have jungle levels, where you run and gun on trees and gawk at the scenery as a Minotaur teleports his way into your backside. But as with most Vex-related things, you get a strong contrast as you go through the planet, only supposedly after failing to change time, I think, and trying to revive their god, which failed, I think. They are still stronger than ever. Sidebar, I really do hope we learn more about the Ishtar people and their relation to the Vex. The planet is based off a plateau in Brazil as a fun fact. And that's it, moving on. Lastly is Io. These are getting shorter, aren't they? I'm guessing maybe they're not revealing too much about the ending of the game, so they're leaving out a lot of this stuff about the later areas. I don't know. But Io is Jupiter's moon, and the last place a traveler touched before the collapse. Which means it came, left Earth, came back once it decided we were the best fighting force it could use against the darkness. So what was on this moon? Was Jupiter just too big to occupy? I guess we'll have to wait till the game to find out. Okay, enough about the world. Let's talk about the player, the Guardian that has lost their light. You, a new or veteran player, relearning how to be great again. Because Gary is a dick who's mad he didn't get chosen to be the awesome light-wielding zombie warriors VR. The subclasses of course make a return, but to swap out the more defensive or unique of each class, we now have 3 new ones which I'll get to in a little bit later. There are some upgrades to the old subclasses, and I didn't want to not mention them because I'm a year 2 vet, and this section is for my homies in the clan. Wait, I need to rephrase that. Anyways, I noticed that now you have less options for melees, but with the block introduction instead of a skill tree thing, you can have a more fulfilling build for your subclass and really get into a tactical role more effectively. Basically, everything can be tweaked in better ways than before. Armor, recovery, and agility are more based on gear, and now with what I will call a support move, which is a new mechanic that every subclass has, Bungie is making it clear that they are pumping strategy back into this franchise. First, the Voidwalker Warlock has a dope visual upgrade to his Nova Bomb, along with his support move, which acts like an AoE aura or area of effect aura with additional perks to choose from. Gunslinger also has some new visual upgrades to Golden Gun, and its support move is now a Shade Step that can have extra perks as well. The Striker Titan now has a roaming super, which can slam more than once or shoulder charge like NFL Blitz. Who remembers that? I'm kinda aging myself right now, but the support move is a barrier that can again be perked out based on what you need. I kinda wish they would dive deeper with the customizable effects of certain moves and the subclasses to really bring out the kinda skill tree mechanic that I like in games that can even be moderately different from somebody else's, so your Warlock won't be exactly like somebody else's. It might be like 1,000 other people's, but not exactly like everybody else's. Alright, more on the gameplay. Now we have the actual subclasses, the thing that everyone loves. First off, as you can see, to replace the Sunslinger Warlock is the Dawnblade. Apparently because manifesting flaming wings and a blade of fire, Trump being able to literally come back from the dead. People have already figured out that you can stay airborne practically the entire duration of the super by a combination of dashes and attacks. Very much how the Sunbreaker Titans, the fire projectiles drain the super in about 4 to 5 shots. Next is the Sentinel Titan, which threw his mighty shield to make Oryx yield or something like that. Instead of a DBZ style energy field the defender granted players, you now get a raging aura and a shield you can shield bash your enemies with, or like I mentioned, bounce that sucker off of enemies like Sonic the Hedgehog, or a pinball machine, or okay, it's Captain America in Destiny. It's cool, let's move on. Oh yeah, and if this isn't Bungie massaging the orbs of light of Titans since they closest resemble soldiers from Halo, you can still opt to make a Titan bubble. Finally, replacing a Blade Dancer Hunter is the Arc Strider, which is basically an acrobat with an electric bow staff. So it's now a long-range melee attacker that can cover ground pretty quickly. Great for rushing and getting around enemy shields or formations. I haven't seen much about it, but I'm sure it's going to have a few secrets. So those were the player upgrades. Now last but not least, the social upgrades. Mostly we're talking about clans right now. First off, there is in-game clan support and representation is in and Grandma cards are out. The lore will be tied to the weapons and will definitely be better than the weird and creepy entries on Destiny 1. Now there is a shared reward system and you get loot due to your classmates playing while you spend time doing stupid stuff like going to work and loving another human being and crap like that. So there's more of a reason to join the clan if you haven't, because like daily login awards, you can get paid for just showing up. They said they had tools to help build fire teams, and I wish I knew what that meant, but I hope it means I could send an invite without feeling like I left the game at all, at least at the very least. Now with the ability to have your clan be a part of your in-game identity, you can have custom banners and a short slogan. Why would you need a slogan? Because now in Destiny 2, you will be able to set up guided games, which is a new feature which you can kind of have a customized level experience that might not be only Crucible, which is something I've been waiting for. I personally kind of love the evolution of level editors and stuff like that, where now you can kind of make your own custom strike and stuff like that. That's what I'm looking forward to. Basically, like how we just got the ability to make our own Crucible matches, you can create variations to all different types of events. Because of this, you can put a little personality into your creation. And if other non-clan affiliated people dig what you got going on, you might have made a new member, or even better, a friend. Understand that the community that is Destiny is probably one of the greatest in gaming, and Bungie sees the potential to drag us into higher tiers of play. Maybe eventually having tournaments with custom conditions and competitive play in future events. Perhaps, but this section is short because most of this wouldn't be revealed until we actually get our hands on it. But with the Blizzard support and the PC port coming, I think we have a lot of cool things to look forward to in the future, guys. So that's pretty much most of the information about Destiny 2. I have a few more cool things I want to talk about. Destiny 2 is coming out for PC, which I just mentioned, and have partnered with Blizzard Entertainment to have it be only available through their Battle.net system, which I already have because I play Hero of the Storm once a year. But you know, they still won't have dedicated servers. So the new version of Lag Banner still might be full of Ghost Titan slams and teleporting without blink. In addition to that, if you haven't noticed by now, you can sign into Bungie's website with your Blizzard account as of the 12th. Now let's check out some screenshots. This is something that we are used to, a Fallen, but something that we are not used to. It's coming at us from the walls of a cave. That combined with these Cabal Beast, Legion Hounds, maybe means I'm expecting a more 360 experience in shooting, where enemies won't just swarm in a 10-foot patrol area after they notice you. They might take to a wall, or shift to regrouping, or just charge at you. I'm looking forward to these changes as well with the AI. Check out this knight. It appears to have some sort of cape. Maybe there will be more levels to bosses, or this could be a potential new upgraded look for a traditional knight. A little earlier in the video, you see a new Vex one too. But where is the queen? I mean Oryx. Never mind. I wanted to talk about the inverted Spire Strike and some enemy stuff, but I decided that should be experienced instead. And who wants to hear a play-by-play of a strike? I didn't think so, Ralph. So, next week I will be streaming on Twitch. If you like videos like this, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to never miss anything we're not doing yet to your future eyeballs. I'm Chris from the Kunai guys, and this has been my Destiny 2 video.
It's the Kunai guys. It's the Kunai guys.